Hi, it's Hilary. It looks like I have a halo on me. Maybe I do. Today, I want to give a tip for teachers that's actually not much to do with the practice of yoga, but I thought because I'm so busy with that, I thought maybe you guys could use a couple ideas from my own experience about this preparing for the what can we call it? Like the sales cycle of people's behaviors when they make changes. January, as we all know, tends to be a very good time to offer something to people because often people decide, I'm going to try something new. And yoga might be one of those things. So we often around this time of year are like busy thinking about January. The other time of year that, as you probably know, is September, right? So in our experience, it really is, even though it seems sort of like everybody's doing it, but it is the time when people want to start something. So if you're a freelancer and you don't own a yoga studio, I want to find a couple things for you to think about. And also, if you're a yoga studio, obviously, and you're running your own business or trying to build your clientele, now is the time to start thinking about it. And I think my main thing that I notice that is such a difficult thing to change, even in my own system, sorry, I just want to make sure my phone's turned off, is to plan, is to actually spend time ahead of time planning for these things and thinking about how you're going to roll it out, because that'll give you so much more peace. So, it's the beginning of December. Hopefully, you've already thought these things through, but if you haven't, why not start today? So, there's a couple of great moments to think about it. It's like the Christmas, coming up to Christmas is a great time to sell to your clients. So maybe to get people to recommit, to get them to give like an early bird special or Christmas special, or to give a gift certificate to a friend to come try yoga next year and make it special, make it such an offer they can't refuse. But what I've learned is those offers you can't refuse, you also want to make sure that you give yourself value, that you don't have to always be the lowest in the market. It's not really a value to say, I'm the cheapest, but you want to say, hey, I want you to have an experience of what I offer. So it could be that you give them a few fresh, you buy something, you get something free, or you get a little bit more for your money, or you have a special window and it's a good deal. The other thing is you could consider just cultivating, this is in the December period, is with your current clients, this kind of feeling of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for being my client. Give something special to your students, or to, even if you're a freelance teacher and you have a regular group, why don't you think about bringing a flower and putting it at their feet in Shavasana, or a special cookie, or anything, something sweet, a little note, write little love notes to your students, or, you know, anything you can do to make it feel like, I appreciate you. Um, you are my lifeblood. You give me reason for doing what I do. And just let people know that you see them and you appreciate them. That will go such a long way. You could even say, listen, next week we're going to go out for coffee, or we're going to I'm going to bring some nice bread and we're going to have coffee or tea or whatever, and something nice. Creating some community, creating some connection with the students. Um, Send a special email, you know, give a special online class for free. Give them something or make a little blog like I'm doing, a little video, and give them a little something they can do over Christmas time. And something that keeps them feeling like, oh, you're taking care of me. So that's what I would say in this December time is your focus, is because the people are busy, but you want to give them something that they can actually use and enjoy. And maybe they'll share it and they'll start talking about you and saying, wow, my yoga teacher was so sweet. She did this or he did this. And it's really a way of just cultivating relationship. And in that sense, then comes up to the January time, or really sometimes it doesn't get really rolling till mid-January. People are busy in the beginning of January, and it starts to really grow, at least for us, mid-January to February. So think about your offers that you want to do that are connected to the season and letting people start something new in maybe small bites. What we notice is that when someone's starting something new, they're not really ready to commit necessarily for a 6-month program. They need something to try it. They need some way to get the rhythm in. They need some help. Maybe you give them, 3 classes and a private or whatever. You do a little package, some way that you can like help them get started, help them be personally like they know where to begin with their life. So you can be creative in that. I think that it's even more interesting for the people that work as freelancers or work at gyms or studios. That what do you sometimes think, well, it's not really my job to market. And of course, you are the lifeblood of studios and gyms. You are the product. You are the one that gives the gift of yoga, and it's so valuable if you can be helpful in terms of remembering that it's you building relationship with those people, sort of in the name of that studio or that gym. But I know for a fact that of course I've met so many of these amazing, very like international yoga teachers, and I know for a fact that every single one of them worked at studios and worked even at gyms or whatever. And cultivating relationship is primary. And the simplest way to do that is to show up a bit early before your class and be kind of available and have that friendly friend feeling of talking to people about life and about their body, about their yoga, just about connect. Same thing with after class. Stay a few minutes, invite everybody to have a cup of tea if you have tea, or go down to the cafe, or once a month go have a drink with them, or if you do drink, stuff like that. Create little communities with your people because we all long for connection, right? So you can do that in a class itself. And the other thing you could do is, for example, say, listen, in January, I'm going to do a cycle of classes, in my from January to February or whatever long you cycle, and I'm going to do different themes. And you could maybe make a little piece of paper and say, this is my plan. And if you come, you're going to learn this, whatever your specialty is. Then they feel like, oh, then maybe they commit, they put it in their agenda, like, I really want to do that. And then they grow, and people love to grow. So that would be another way of inviting people to be more committed, more connected, more your relationship with you as a teacher, and it gives value to them, and it gives meaning to their commitment. Because sometimes we can get lost in the shuffle of being part of a bigger yoga studio, and when a teacher takes particular attention, then I all of a sudden feel like I matter. So I would just give you those thoughts for the day, and maybe you can write. Don't do them all. The key is to choose, a couple things that you're going to do consistently, and you build up your skill set for having a sort of your own little New Year's campaign to serve your customers and to over deliver what you have agreed to deliver. And you will start to see your classes and your studio fill up. So have a wonderful season getting ready. Santa Claus, Christmas, New Year's, and I hope to see you all in soon at Yoga Moves. Take care.